everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to manually add or to import email addresses into an existing Aweber email list that you have. Before we get started, I want to show you how to delete email addresses for testing purposes. So first thing you want to do is look at the list, make sure you're in the right list, which we are. Then you're going to click on subscribers, right? And one of the subscribers, I'm going to just use this for testing purposes. So I'm just going to delete this so that I can import it. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. So I'm going to go actions, delete, boom. So now we're down to 11 people on this list. I'm going to add one name manually, and then I'm going to import a list of 3 email addresses. Okay, so if you want to import manually, let's say, first thing you want to do is click on add subscribers. There's some information right here, and it says request an account migration. So if you are importing your list from GetResponse or ConvertKit, MailChimp, Constant Contact, or whatever, you can do it yourself, or you can call up Aweber for customer support and some guidance on that. Aweber is available 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. They're also available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in their live chat or by email. So the choice is up to you. In any event, we're just going to add an email address one at a time. I'm just going to add one. So we're going to put the email address there. I'm just going to paste it in. I'm going to put the name. Okay. Add tracking. Let's just say that we met him at a networking in Boston. All right. And I can use the exact same information to create a tag. I explain tags in the advanced course and some other videos and what the benefit would be of tagging. Now, you don't need to add tracking. You don't need to add a tag if you don't want to. Now, once you've added the name manually, the email address manually, before you add the subscriber, it's just letting them know if somebody gets a confirmation email right here, a message setting. In other words, they sign up. If someone typically goes to a form on your website, signs up, puts in their name and email address, and then they get a confirmation email in their email inbox, and they have to open that up and click on the confirmation link to confirm that they actually do want to be on your list. That's called a double opt-in. They sign up on the form and then they click the confirmation link. If you send out confirmation emails, then when you add somebody to that same list that has confirmation emails, if you add them manually, it's just letting you know they'll also get a confirmation email. So they should expect to get that from you. And you should understand that it will be sent out. So real briefly, why would you want to add a name manually? Well, you may go to, in this example, a networking event. Somebody hands you their business card and you ask them explicitly, is it okay if I add you to my email list? You know, my bulk email list. So whenever our company sends out information about our products and services, you'll be on the list and you'll be informed. And if they say yes, then you're good to go and you can add them, and they should not be annoyed, and they shouldn't make any complaints to Aweber. If they hand you a business card and you say, hey, do you mind if I send you an email or two? That's not asking them explicitly if they want to be on your email list. So you need to be real explicit about it. You need to be careful about it so you don't get complaints filed against you at Aweber and you don't annoy your fellow networking businessmen and women. Okay, so I've added the name, I've added the email address, added some tracking information, a tag. I'm just going to click add subscriber. The subscriber has been added to the traffic tips list. Awesome. Okay, well, what if you have more than 1, 2, 3 or something like that? I guess you can do up to 10 like this. Need more than 10? Use imported page instead. So let's go back to the imported page. Here we go, import multiple. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can just If you don't want to upload CSV files or Excel files, you can just, and you don't have a really long list, or even if it's somewhat long, you can just type it in manually or paste it in, as long as it has the format. It gives you this format in the grayed out area right there. So what they're saying is you put the email in first, then you put a comma, and then the person's name. And you could put a first and last name. Then on the next line, you put the next email address, which could be bob123 at yahoo.com, comma, put the name in, and do it over and over again. So you have that option. I'm going to delete that, and then of course you would click Next Map Fields. Or you can simply import the list. Now, that list could come from another email list provider like GetResponse, MailChimp, Constant Contact, or ConvertKit. It could also come from another Aweber list. So you might have 2 lists or more in your Aweber account, and you want to merge 2 of the lists. So you can import list number 1 into list number 2. So now list number 2 is twice as long. It has all the names from list 2 plus the names from list 1 in one list. So you might want to do that. You may want to import from an Aweber free account into a paid account and vice versa. So there's lots of different scenarios why you might want to import a list using a CSV file right there, comma, separated value. That's a file format that Microsoft Excel understands. .xls and .xlsx are Excel file formats. So anyways, I'm going to import a list. It's only got 3 on it. It could have 300. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to click to browse to find that list. I'm going to go to, and here's the list that I want to import. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click open. All right. Now, once I do that, choose how you want to process this import. I can add only the new addresses if there's an overlap. I could add the new and update existing. It's up to me. I'm just going to say add new for now. Now, what it does is it detects obviously an email in that file format, that Excel file format, that database format. It knows that we have an email, and you're just going to match the email to the email. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but they're just saying name. You could, just put it first name, something like that. So those are some of your choices. We're just going to put name to name. If people only entered their first name, you'd use that. Nothing else. We've got add tracking. So for the add tracking field, you're going to add whatever we put in for add tracking. And the same thing with tags. Okay, so you're just basically going to leave all that alone, leave everything else alone. We're going to next confirm the opt-in. So we've imported subscribers, mapped the subscribers. That's what we were doing. Map subscriber information, name to name, email to email. Now, decide if you want the new subscribers to confirm their subscription to this list. In most cases, you're going to say no. The reason for that is they should already be on your email list, whether it's another Aweber list or a list at GetResponse, ConvertKit, Constant Contact, MailChimp, whatever. So they really should already be on your email list if you're importing them like that. Otherwise, if you're not sure, you can click and say, yes, send my confirmation message. Okay, and it shows you what the message looks like, your typical confirmation message. So next, I'm going to click more options. I'm not going to add any tags. Have a campaign that's triggered on subscribe. It's saying if people sign up through the opt-in form, they automatically get a campaign of 7 emails, 1 a week for 7 weeks. Then when you import them, that'll also trigger the campaign, and they'll also get those 7 emails. That's what they're saying is going to happen by default. If you don't want them to get that campaign, then you would click set up filters to straighten that out. Okay, next, background information. Where did you get the list? Obviously, if you clicked, I purchased this list, it's probably, you're probably not going to get approved, because this, whatever you do here needs to get approved by Aweber before you can import the list. They signed up on my website. Just put the name, the web address of your website. They gave me their info in person. Once again, I'm going to click there. Once again, you would describe, hey, I had a booth at the Health and Wellness Expo, and I had people sign up on a piece of paper, a chart, a form that said they wanted to get on my email list. So you can add that information there. They bought my product or service, so they could have bought it in person at the Health and Wellness Fair. They could have bought it from your website. You want to, like it says right here, you can tell them what they bought. You're telling Aweber what the person bought and putting the website of where they bought it. So whatever you want to do, and you have to let Aweber know, did you tell these people you're going to be receiving emails, you're going to be on an email list or not? So you're going to need to fill out that information. I purchased this list. That's not going to work. Once again, they're going to want to know some detail. They signed up on my website. So I'm going to do something real simple just to get approved. Right now, I'm going to go to HTTPS. And that is a website I helped build. So there you go. They signed up on my website. No, they're not coming from another provider. If they were coming from another provider, you would click this and then you would just say they're coming from MailChimp, GetResponse, ConvertKit, Constant Contact, etc. But they're not coming from another provider. Okay, so I'm just going to submit my import. Your import is processing. If your import requires a review, you'll get an email when it's complete. This can take up to 1 business day, but most finish in less than a few hours. I've seen it finish even quicker than that. So I'm going to go right now and click on subscribers. It was down to, I believe, 10 or 11 on the list, right? And then we're already, remember when we started it was 11, now look, we're already back up to 15. Now, we added Jimmy Joe by hand. That is pending, okay? And then these three, look, today at 5:18 p.m. If you'll look down on the screen right down here, if you look on the screen, you'll see that it's 5:19. It was 5:18. So we just imported these, and so obviously it took less than a minute for these 3 names to be imported. They are the names that were on that Excel spreadsheet that I imported. And that's basically all you really need to know about importing email lists to your lists, to another list, or manually adding names and email addresses to your list. I hope you found this helpful. You may not use it that often, but it's just good to know that it's there, and it's good to know how to do it if you ever do need it. Hope you found it helpful. Take care, have a great day, and see you in the next video.